Hello festival goers of the internet! I'm the Festival Finesser, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a brand new festival for the brand new year, and that is Countdown Campout presented by Insomniac. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the lineup, and we're also going to be talking about the announcement that they have sprung upon the attendees, which was super last minute and kind of a devastating blow in my opinion. So if you guys don't know about the announcement, keep it locked because we're going to be talking about it after the intro.
Can I get a year?
I'm the Festival Finesser.
Finesse gang, Florida fam, can I get a year? What's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning into this video. I know it has been quite some time since I have gotten in front of the camera and recorded the video for you guys, but I have been out here in the field recording festivals, playing festivals, editing festivals, and now I have a regular day job on top of that, so it has been quite overwhelming doing all of this, and yeah, but we're back. Before we get into the video, for those who are new here and do not know me, I'm the Festival Finesser. This is my channel, a channel that revolves around music festivals and live music going experiences with a focus and concentration on dubstep and rhythm. If you are not following me at a festival day by day, probably followed me at a show in New York, Philadelphia, Maryland, Virginia, basically anywhere I go, you guys are coming with me. And if you're not following me at a festival or show, probably sitting with me here at this desk getting life hacks, trick tips, festival reviews, lineup reviews, EDM news, controversial debates, and any other words of advice I can give to you guys to make sure you can have the best festival going experience possible. Now, this is the second time I'm getting in front of the camera to make this video because just today, November 15th, they made an announcement saying that the festival location is changed and it is no longer a camping festival. And like I said, it's kind of a devastating blow because for me, this was the biggest selling point to this festival, and I'm not even going, and I'm disappointed that this is happening because I thought it was very unique for a New Year's Eve camping festival on the East Coast, and it's on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Like you could not party much harder for New Year's Eve doing this, being at a camping festival in Florida presented by Insomniac. But unfortunately, the festival has moved from Okeechobee, Florida at Sunshine Grove to the Orlando Amphitheater in Orlando, which is where they held Forbidden Kingdom. And that is an awesome venue, but it sucks that it's not camping anymore. Like I said, that was one of the biggest selling points for me, and I was the most excited because I don't know of a lot of camping festivals for New Year's because it's always so cold or it's always just a one-day massive. So for it to be New Year's Eve into New Year's Day and New Year's Day at night, I just thought it was so sick. And the lineup at first, I thought this thing was crazy, and then as I was looking more into it, I was like, damn, I don't know a lot of artists on here. So you guys are going to see me do an outfit change real quick and get back to the original video and probably play that video out till it ends. So some things might be off talking about the location and this and that and the camping, but just know the location has been moved from Sunshine Grove and Okeechobee to the Orlando Amphitheater in Orlando, and it is no longer Countdown Campout. It is now formally called Orlando Invasion. So that is some big news to unveil with a month before the festival going down, and it does kind of suck because now anyone that planned on camping has to get a hotel. And even though they are upgrading all camping pass holders to VIP for the Orlando event, it is just still a shell shock because now your festival went from a camping festival to a quote-unquote city festival, and you're going to have to get to and from the festival each day. And now it's just kind of like a New Year's Eve festival, and it loses its kind of attractiveness in the camping. At least for me, that's very a biased and opinionated kind of thing. But I feel like most people can agree that it would have been way more lit to camp rather than to have to commute and get a hotel and all that, because now it's an extra expense. You have to worry about getting there, all that stuff. And yeah, I just thought the camping part was very unique. But nonetheless, the Orlando Amphitheater is a cool-ass venue, and that fucking stage that is built in, like it's like the secondary stage, not the forbidden stage. It's the one, I'll show you a video of it. It's fucking crazy.
Who's a fucking gangster?
That is something to look forward to for the new location and the new event. But let's talk about this lineup. You guys are going to see me do an outfit change if I didn't say that already. But this is my original recording of the video, my original thoughts on the lineup and the whole entire thing. And like I said, there's a lot of artists that I don't know, so please be gentle with me in the comments and rather enlighten me than talk shit. So let's run it. Let's do this. Countdown Campout, now called Orlando Invasion, going down December 31st and January 1st of 2021 into 2022. let's do this. Kicking off, we have 12th Planet for some heavy. 2R, 2AR, I have no idea who that is. Adam Auburn as well, I'm not familiar with. Adventure Club, gonna be bringing some kind of like heavy with some melodic kind of stuff, I would imagine. Audion, more kind of house and bouncy, very jumpy to my knowledge. Bass Rush Experience, again, there's a couple like, you know, Insomniac things on here, like the Discovery Project I remember seeing. Bass Rush Experience is not an artist, it's a concept. Bass Rush is kind of like a branch of Insomniac, so I would imagine there's going to be a Bass Rush stage that's just all dubstep, but I could be wrong. Continuing on, we have Biscuits, who I'm not familiar with. Buku, going to be bringing some more kind of weird, trippy Wakan vibes. Kamiya, I'm not familiar with. Champagne Drip as well, kind of like Buku, those Wakan vibes. Just more chill, kind of experimental type stuff. Sid, I'm not really that familiar with. Clooney as well. Comet, I've seen. I want to say is more experimental, kind of like Wakan stuff, but I could be wrong. It could be more dubstep, but I have seen that name before. Cut and Sew, I'm not familiar with. Daisy, I'm not familiar with. Danny Daisy, I'm not familiar with. Deadmau5 versus Test Pilot is basically Deadmau5 versus himself. Test Pilot is his second alias, his second project, and it's going to be cool to kind of see those two worlds collide in one set. So I think that's pretty cool and unique. Dioro is definitely an OG house kind of dude. When I was listening to him, it was more like big room, just like very jumpy and kind of like electro housey, if y'all are familiar with that subgenre. But overall, generally, I would just call Dioro house. Continuing on here, we have Dre Mendez back-to-back, Caleb Dent, not familiar with them. Eli Brown, I'm not familiar with either. Flostradamus back-to-back Nitty Gritty, back-to-back Valentino Khan, probably one of the most unique lineups or artists, you know, slots on this set, mainly because it's a three-way back-to-back, and I just think those guys complement each other very well because they have a nice mix of like heavy and hard, but also like jumpy and bouncy and kind of like club music, like party music, just like everybody jumping type shit. But I would say Flostradamus would be the heaviest of those, but also Valentino Khan can also play some really kind of like hard house, if that is a subgenre, and just very kind of like bouncy and crunchy and hard hitting, but high energy all around that set. That's what I would expect the most. Just a lot of high energy, a lot of jumping around, and just, yeah, high energy, bouncy, not too much like downtime and chilling. And then, speaking of high energy, we have Fun Case back-to-back Dr. P, another heavy back-to-back, and another heavy artist. That's just going to be a nice, you know, complimentary and kind of like showcase of some Circus Records tunes, I would imagine. Continuing on here, we have Gat Yuso. I don't even know how to say that or who that is. Goon, I'm not familiar with. Griffin, obviously, I'm familiar with, but not all that familiar with. I just know the name more than anything. I'm pretty sure it's more of a melodic Millennium, Seven Lions kind of vibe, if I'm not mistaken. It is a DJ set, though, not a live set, so it's not going to be your traditional Griffin, but it's going to be Griffin vibes, if that makes sense. Hallucinate, I'm not familiar with. Hilo, I'm pretty sure it's Oliver Heldens. His alias, something. I feel like Hilo is something to do with Oliver Heldens, but again, I'm not a house head, and that's all I know on that. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, and if there are any other artists that you think I should know that I skipped over that aren't who I think they are, because like I said, I think everybody that I don't know is house or some DMB or something, so if there's some dubstep artists that I skipped over that I should know, let me know in the comments as well. Continuing on here, we have Honey Love, who I'm also not familiar with. Insomniac Records, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, is there going to be a Bass Rush stage, an Insomniac Records stage, and a Discovery Project stage? Maybe. It didn't specify how many stages there were. Now that we're talking about this, I would imagine at least 2, and at the max 4. But I think 3 would be a nice soft spot, like, in between. But yeah, I could totally also just see 2 main stages, maybe like an art car or like a local stage or something like that. Just something kind of smaller in the cut. After Insomniac Records, we have Ivy, who I'm not familiar with. Jessica Audifred, one of the more prevalent dubstep names on this lineup, and one of the more prevalent female names on this lineup as well. More dubstep for us, we have some Kaiwachi. After Kaiwachi, we have Cream, who I'm not that familiar with. Lizzie Jane, more dubstep, and another female artist as well. Madion, I'm pretty sure is house. I could be wrong. I've heard like a Madion edit that sounded like Rez, and I was like, yo, this shit is dark. Like, so I'm not exactly sure we're gonna get with Madion, but definitely not dubstep, I don't think. Martin Horger, I'm not familiar with. Martin Iken, I'm not familiar with. More Kids, but I'm a little bit familiar with. I got to see him at Avant Garden for a Bite This takeover, and it was like Jaws and Ghastly and More Kismet and Ruvlo and kind of all over the place. He could fall in the dubstep category, definitely the bass category, but he was playing a little bit of everything, some future, some dubstep, some bouncy stuff, some melodic. But definitely a fun set, high energy. From his, from him, his presence, his stage presence was really good, and he is a little fucking kid. Well, I'll tell you, I said that respectfully. He is a young buck, probably still in high school, and he is fucking doing it. So respect to Mark Kismet. After that, we have some more dubstep rolling in towards the bottom of the lineup. We have OG Nixon, who I just saw at Nightmare Festival. You guys can catch him in the vlog. I also just saw him at Lost Lands at the Sound Camps, and I should be seeing him this weekend at Webster Hall with 12 Planet, but we actually just have to sit that one out because we gotta do some adulting and prioritize and get our money straight because we got Paradise Blue coming up in 2022. But yeah, OG Nixon, both sets I saw, they were very similar and very high energy, a bunch of fucking bangers, and yeah, they were just very similar. Not the same exact sets, but the song selection was pretty similar. But I will give him credit because a lot of the songs he plays are very complimentary of his sound, that his sound design, the kind of OG Nixon sound that he is creating and kind of trying to push out. I hear a lot of similar sounds in other songs that aren't his. So that was pretty cool. Very well crafted set, and I always fuck with it. It's always heavy and crunchy as fuck. Getting down towards the bottom here, we have Pacho Barackle. I'm not familiar with. Phoenix Jagger, I'm not familiar with. Quirion, I'm not familiar with. Rated R, I am familiar with. Heavy as fuck. Had the pleasure of seeing him in Philly at the Warehouse, and he fucked that place up. So many fucking unreleased tunes, so much fucking heavy, and so many fucking mosh pits, bro. That shit was rowdy as fuck. If you guys like heavy, rowdy shit, Rated R is definitely someone you want to check out. And then getting down here, we have Richolski, who I'm not familiar with. Rusko, a fucking OG. Shouldn't have to fucking tell you guys about him, but I'll give you an idea. Kind of, not your traditional dubstep, more kind of like OG dubstep. Kind of weird dubstep, gonna be all over the place. Possibly some drum and bass. He's been really kind of trying to bring that drum and bass to the US, I feel like. Along with a bunch of other artists like Downlink and Dirt Monkey. But yeah, Rusko is probably gonna be a little bit of everything, but I wouldn't really consider it heavy dubstep. Like I said, it's more OG dubstep, maybe in the bro step category. But I could be wrong about that. But yeah, Rusko is Rusko, bro. Leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? OG as fuck. Then we have Schlump, who is going to be bringing more bass, but kind of some more weird bass, some Wakan bass, weird, slow, trippy kind of stuff. Then we have Slander bringing the heavy and the melodic and the crying stuff together. They do it very well. Again, I just can't get with the whole crying, melodic, feelsy stuff because they honestly do it too well, and it's just like too high from too low, you know what I'm saying? And it's just definitely a roller coaster of emotions, and I'm just here to go all the way up. I don't want to come over the peak. I want to just keep going up, keep peaking, make it hard as fuck, harder and harder. And then after Slander, we have Slug, who I'm not too familiar with, but I feel like I have seen that name on some lineups before. Stellar, I'm not familiar with. Sullivan King, y'all should all be familiar with. He has been fucking killing it. If you're into dubstep, you probably have heard of this dude. He is a nice influence and combination of dubstep and kind of like metal / rock and roll. Lots of guitar influences, lots of drum, like double kick on the fucking bass. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. The kick drum, I guess. Double kick. I don't even know. But y'all know what I'm talking about, I think. And yeah, just lots of vocals and again, just very rock and roll and metal influences in his electronic music. This next dude, bro, Versa, this dude fucking stands out. And I got the pleasure of seeing him in Florida again, his first ever live set at Forbidden Kingdom. There are vlogs you could watch from his set. I have a whole recap of his set, and it was fucking mayhem. Crazy energy from the crowd, and just his music is so hard, and it just literally sounds like someone taking a metal bat and smashing it against a dumpster, but like in a good way. It's just so metallic and heavy and aggressive and angry. And that's the kind of music I fuck with. Like I said, I'm trying to go all the way up. I don't fuck with that soft shit. I fuck with that cry shit. I fuck with that hard, heavy, aggressive, make you want to punch a hole through the wall type shit and then do a backflip. That's the kind of music and energy I'm here for. And then after Versa, we have Waves, who I'm not that familiar with. Wax Motif, I'm familiar with. Definitely a house dude. Lots of bouncy tunes. And again, one of those artists that I've just always kind of fucked with for no reason. He's got a couple tunes that I fuck with. And ever since then, it's just like I've been a fan. And then lastly, we have Zoo. And I feel like this is going to be more kind of melodic, kind of maybe like a Millennium vibe, maybe some Galantis kind of vibe. Zoo is definitely mainstream, been around for a minute, but I just don't really know the kind of vibe I feel like he falls into that Griffin category or the Madion category. Those are some similar artists that I could kind of relate him to, but I can't really recall seeing a live set, and I'm not that educated on that kind of genre. As you guys know, we're here for the dubstep and the bass. So let's go through this lineup real quick and highlight some of the bass acts that I would be interested in seeing and probably see if I was going to this festival. We have 12 Planet, Adventure Club, Flosstradamus, back-to-back Nitty Gritty, back-to-back Valentino Khan. Even though it's not that dubsteppy, Flosstradamus is kind of in that dubstep category, and it'd probably be a fun set regardless. Fun K's, back-to-back Dr. P, Jessica Autofred, Kaiwachi, Lizzie Jane, More Kismet, OG Nixon. We're at 10 dubstep acts right now. And then we have Rated R making it 11, Rusko making it 12, Slender making it 13, Sullivan King making it 14, Trivecta making it 15, and Versa making it 16. So 16 dubstep artists. I will give notable mention to some artists like Buku, Champagne Drip, Schlump. You know, I can fuck with the Wakan bass, but selectively, if it was conflicting with another DJ that was heavier dubstep, I would probably be at that. But if it was house or experimental, I'd probably be at the house stage. And again, I have no idea how the stages are going to be worked out. If it's going to be a house stage, if it's going to be a house stage, a dubstep stage, and a Wakan stage, or if it's just going to be house and dubstep, or it's just going to be no genres and multi-genre stages, and they're just going to flip-flop throughout the weekend based on kind of like tier and like you know, like who's been doing it the longest, who's the headliner and shit. But yeah, like I said, going down New Year's Eve weekend. I don't even know if it's a weekend, but the 31st and the 1st of December into January. And like I said, an Insomniac event, so you guys kind of know what to expect. Just very properly run, good operations. They're looking out for us. They'll have the water, they'll have the bathrooms on lock. And yeah, I would have very high expectations. And I wish I could fucking go, honestly. But you know, I don't know if it's going to happen again. This is, like I said, it's a brand new festival, and sometimes festivals like this are one and done because they don't do that well, and sometimes it could be happening for the next 10 years, and it sucks that I'm not going because I love documenting inaugural festivals. This is the first time it's happening, and I would love to share the experience for those who couldn't make it and would want to see what it's like and what they missed out on, and then those who do get to go, you get to kind of relive the memories and the experience through my lens and can look back on it. So I believe that concludes the lineup review and the information I have regarding this festival. If you guys are going, let me know in the comments below. My fucking New Orleans squad is going, the Louisiana fam, my boy Nolan, my boy Ben, Nolan's girl Kaylee, and Ben's girl who I don't think I've met. But you guys fucking know the homies from Lost Lands. You'll recognize Nolan with his big-ass fro. And everyone thought he was the BTSM kid, my boy Nick, but he's not. That's my boy Nolan. I call him Frolin from New Orleans. That's the fucking dude. The whole gang is cool as fuck. They go hard as fuck. So if you're my dubstep people, you will see them in the pit going hard as fuck. Make sure y'all say what's up. Finesse gang, and I bet you guys will make some new friends while you're there. So make sure to look out for them. If you guys need tickets, I'm going to try and get an affiliate link in the description box below so you guys can get tickets, quote unquote, through me. And the more tickets I sell through me, quote unquote, I have the opportunities to go to more festivals so I can make content for you guys to share. For everybody, for those who went, for those who couldn't go. So make sure you guys check out the link in the description box below for a link to get tickets. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been a minute, and it feels good to be back. So till the next one, I'm the Festival Finesser. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.